So why wouldn't the southwestern governors governize themselves to reignite, to reawaken the Oduduwa spirit amongst the western region? I mean, the video that you just saw, about 5 seconds clip, we know that these people that we want to live with will never behave like sane human beings. But today we have it that the northern oligarchs, their leaders, their politicians, their eggs, their intellectuals are panicking because yesterday all the 6 southwestern governors, as ably led by Lagos State Sanwo-Olu, have called for a return to the golden era of the western region. And we know what that simply means. Is a recall, is a wake-up call to return to the blueprint, the developmental plan of the Baba Awolowo. Nigeria will never progress if she is not restructured. Nigerians living in other regions will always have their rights abused, trampled upon by these marauders. You know, a lot has happened since Buhari came on board and he left. There is a seismic shift, like an earthquake, that has, all of a sudden dawned on the northerners that, oh, someone can challenge them. Right from the political, arena, into the societal arena, into the government offices. A lot of shakeup has happened. Because what Buhari did was he said to the North, we own this nation. In the 1960s, I think August 16th, the Southerners then said that Nigeria must be made our estate. Yes. And that was the very thing Buhari came to do. But what do we have today? Because the Yoruba man who is in power has charged his people that you must be the one that must give me the highest vote. Sanwo-Olu, as it stands today, is ready to finance every machinations that will give Tinubu the victory, such as driving the sentiment of regional governments, such as financing what we call vote canvassers. Everything is what they want to do. Likewise, on the other hand, yes, the northerners are also planning the downfall. Some of you must have heard and some of you might not have heard. The coup plotters, their names have been released. Out of 36, 35 are all from the north. Northeast, northwest, north central. A young officer is from the southwest. Yes, we all know that when the first coup happened, they said there was a reason why they tagged it Igbo coup, right? Because Nnamdi Azikiwe was not unalived. But I don't want to digress. A call for regional sustainability. A call for the return to the golden era of all the southern regions, as it were in the early to the mid-50s. Oh my goodness, when we had the likes of Emma Okparadi, everything was so sweet. I have seen some people who have said, Nigeria returning back to regional government does not guarantee our progress as a people, because is it not the same political leaders? Hear me out. Yes, we will have some political leaders that are currently existing. But as at that time, your focus on the central will no more be the issue. I have been seeing some videos flying around about Ogun State bad roads. A pastor has been walking from one street to the other, There is little or nothing he can do, because he knows that if he complains to an extent, they will tell him that there's not much money coming from the central. Why shouldn't we have a, a situation where everybody will agree, let us go back to how we were when we became an economic threat to the Western allies, to the Western countries, when we were said to be too powerful, that our money needs to be dominated, yes, by the British colonial masters as at then. Even as at then, we didn't have cocoa, we didn't have oil. But again, the North, like I used to say, will never go down without a fight. And that fight is not going to be a peaceful one, but a bloody, crazy one indeed. And so, Sanwo-Olu has said, we as a people, in collaboration with the Southwestern governors, because Tinubu's agenda are clear. He wants to do this, he wants to do that. You can see what is going on in all the parastatals of the economy. The Northerners today are crying, shedding tears. Why they forget that for 8 years we thought that Nigeria was a Northern Nigeria affair. Across all, parastatals, everything had the fingers, the hairs, the breath of Buhari. Everything was led by the Northerners. Nobody questioned them. You dare not question them, because if you do, head will roll. We all know what they did under the era of that man, but today they are crying foul that why is it that the Yorubas, the Middle Beltons, the Igbos are the ones occupying all the... I saw a post from Aisha Yusuf. She said, first to do, know the pain. Like, for real. She said, oh, under Buhari, there was an outcry then that the DSS conducted a secret recruitment process nobody heard of, and when the list of the names came out, they were all Aboki, Dantala, Abdullahi, Abdulsalah, everybody cried out, but heaven did not fall. That since we want to say that bigotry is the way, I was shocked listening to Aisha Yusuf, a well-known influencer of the obedience movement. I was so shocked. You see, we have to fight our way through. The Nigerian unity is never sacrosanct. What I mean the Nigerian unity, I mean as operating as a unitary system, is not sacrosanct. Because if you say that you want to perform as a united president, oh, ask Jonathan what happened to him. Or should I give you the grandmaster of they call him Baba No Bigotry, Obasanjo? What happened to Obasanjo in 2003? He was literally rolling on the floor, begging the northern oligarchs. Yes. Despite the so many victories, so many wins he had, achievements, he was just begging to run for the second time. I am telling you. But I can categorically tell you that what is going on with Tinubu's re-election, he won't go and beg. Because that man has demystified them. For every good student of politics in Nigeria, as it were, you will see that Tinubu will not go and beg the North. He wouldn't. I can even tell you that he might not go to all those houses that he went to in 2022, where he was giving unnecessary speeches. He wouldn't. Because he has used the divide and rule tactics. He has exposed that we were never won. He has shown that the North do not want to eat what they have always been serving to everybody. So for that, he has exposed their hypocrisy. Oh yes. Today, so many northern politicians are forced to bow down at the feet of Tinubu, telling him that, hey, Kwankwaso the last time said, I'm ready to work with you. I don't think I can waste my resources. No. You wait and analyze these issues. Tinubu is a man who has not really done anything spectacular economically, But how come the North are so scared? Like, why are they unnecessarily scared? No Igbo man is scared. No Igbo man is scared of what Tinubu is doing. No Middle Belt man is scared. No Southerner is scared. It is that North that are scared. They are the one panicking. Check on the social media, left, right, center. They are the one saying that Tinubu, he must not be allowed to run 2027. Hey, even the rightful person that should replace Tinubu in 2027 is not crying as this. You know, when the very evil foundation they laid is being shaken, and we are now seeing that, oh, where these guys are supposed to use a 225 concrete, they use 150. Oh, look at these people. So they don't want people to have that understanding on how they've captured us. And I'm so happy that the Lagos state government, the Lagos state as it were today, have now fully joined the cause to encourage the return to regionalism. You see all those developmental commissions Tinubu created. The problem that thing will cause for the North is still gathering momentum. You see all those Southwest Development Commission, Southeast Development Commission, Northeast, North Central Development Commission. What that thing will cause for the North? I mean, there's a reason why Buhari never did created them. Buhari never wanted to create them. The only thing Buhari did was to create the Northeast Development Commission. That's it. He didn't want to go beyond that. Why? Because Buhari was insisting that, no, this thing will divide us. No, listen. There's nothing you can tell a Yoruba boy that he will see the Fulani guy as his brother. He will only know that, yes, we have something in common, which is the green, white, green. Yes. Look at the NYC that they've created since 1970s. Right? What has that done? For over 50 years, how has that united us as a nation? How is that? So why should we continue to live in pretense of what we are not? Why would they not always panic? Because in the customs list that just came out, it appears that they not got lesser numbers. Why are they worried? I don't understand. They said just recently also that the civil defense recruitment process is about to start, and the method they will use is the computer-based test system. And then some people are saying, no, haba, you people want to screen us out. In this century of 2025, you still want us to go and use the PPP, pencil and paper? Haba. You see, the only hope we have is Tinubu must not leave that space. He must not leave that position without restructuring this country. Because if he makes a mistake not to do it, and power returns to that northern person, I'm sorry, now this country, we for all, die put. Thank you.
Nigeria, I'm proud to serve as supreme monarch.
You are uncle.
Ìṣẹ́wà múlẹ̀wà fún ilẹ̀ ìbí wa. Kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fàyè rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wà ní pé bàfilẹ́rù làbọ̀ mọ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àmìnira ní ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú ọkùnrin rere àtòhun tó dára. Olúwa dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀.
Thank you very much. We are starting yet another Southwest Governors Forum meeting, and I'm happy that all my brother governors have made out time for this very critical meeting. See, they all took this meeting very, very seriously. That's why there's no representational. Everybody is here present to advance the cause of our region and to discuss things that are germane and important to all of our 6 states.
Nigeria has over 400 different ethnicities. According to some studies, even more. My issue with this is the constitutional aspect. I think once eligible, regardless of the zone you are from, you are entitled to run for president if you feel qualified, or vice president. That's point one. So does that infringe on the constitutional right of a candidate or a citizen to participate in a democracy? Now, Mr. Speaker, this is also important because Honorable Clement's point about tackling an injustice is true. It is quite clear to those that want to know that as long as certain people from certain area in this country do not have the equal opportunity or do not feel what it is to be president, there will continue to be this mistrust and a sense of injustice. That is without a doubt. And while democracy is fair, it's simply the best option we have, but not the fairest. So there are certain regions that by population are at an advantage. So while not asking we discard this, I think it needs to take a lot of introspection. Maya Born over there made a point. If you take this to the North Central, sir, who will it be for? Is it the Nupe people, the brilliant Ibibio people, the Igala people? In my little experience in Nigeria, whenever you do this, every tribe in every state will also come out and say it's their turn. Merit prevails, sir. I think part of the reason why this sense of injustice continues to go on is because of the failure of governance, the failure of social equity. So, Mr. Speaker, I implore that we do not set a dangerous precedent and put it in the Constitution without due diligence, which I'm sure the Constitutional Review Committee will do so. But while it tackles injustice, I must agree with the previous speaker. This could really set us back. And finally, unfortunately, we are but human beings. What happens in the event of death? May God bless the soul of President Umar Musa Yar'Adua, but I guess he passed away at a time when it was, quote unquote, the time of the North. And the vice president comes in. Is it actually fair to ask a vice president to step down in the event of the unfortunate occurring? I think we should still adhere to good governance and provide our people.
Honorable
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Oshaba.